San Diego Comic-Con predictions. Because, coming up next month, it's a full month away. I did have my freaking Mr. Sinister figure from the cartoon on here, but the stupid thing wouldn't stand. So we're going to talk about everything. Let me fix this freaking camera. It's too freaking not getting every. There we go. It's getting the vast majority. Alright, anyway. So early predictions, and you know what? Usually I'll start with Mattel and WWE, but I think this time I'm going to start with NECA Toys because NECA Toys has really had a lot of bad Comic-Cons the past few years, and honestly, this year things might not be any better, so I want to talk about some things I think NECA will reveal. Then I'll talk about some things I like to see NECA reveal. And then we'll get into the WWE figures and Mattel and all that stuff. Essentially, I got a lot more to Russell figures up than I do anything else. We're going to talk about McFarlane. We're going to talk about Hasbro. We're going to talk about what other toy company do I got up here? I think I mentioned them all. And we're going to talk about a few other things too. But first off, let's start with NECA. Now, last 2 years, NECA has revealed some new, they have revealed new licenses they had. Last year was McDonald's. I think a couple years ago it was the Sesame Street figures. And then, I don't know what the one was the year before. But they have revealed a bunch of different freaking figures over the years. New licenses. I think that's going to happen again this year with NECA. They're going to reveal some kind of new license they have, whether that's a movie license, whether that's a freaking video game license, whether that's a freaking old cartoon license, old movie license, something like that. But, so I think that's what we're going to get from NECA, is some reveals of some new stuff. Like I said, last year they revealed the McDonald's figures. I'm hoping, since they are doing the McDonald's figures, even though I haven't seen the McDonald's figures in stores yet, I'm hoping that we will see them do McKnight from the McDonald's characters, but we'll have to see. I think Hamburglar might have been missing too, but I don't know. I think they had Hamburglar. But yeah, so we're gonna see new license, some kind of new license revealed by freaking NECA this year. Now, let's get to what I want to see, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you other people want to see it too. First of all, something I really want to see new from NECA is Jason X figure, because they revealed the Part 9 figure, they revealed the Part 8 figure, they're from the video game. They also re-released that Retro Jason from the video game. But this time, if you open the box flap, it freaking gives you the song from the original Friday the 13th game, which I think is pretty cool. I think I seen it. I think it was like Comic to Games. It might have been Target, but that was pretty cool. I also like to see when the freaking Part 9 and Part 8 Jake's figures come out, because I've been looking in stores ever since they've been revealed last year at Comic-Con, and I haven't seen them yet. Along with the Savini Jason, haven't seen that yet. So hopefully we'll get it eventually. Next thing I'd like to see is more Freddy Krueger figures. Because they did, 1, 2, and 3, and that was it. They have not did a Freddy from Part 4. They have not did a Freddy from Part 5. And you know what? I'd like to see a Super Freddy. I know a lot of people hate Part 5 and they hate Super Freddy, but I like Super Freddy in freaking Friday 13th Part 5. Probably one of the reasons why it was one of my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street. I said Friday 13th, didn't I? That's probably one of the reasons why it was one of my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street for quite a while. One of it was because of Super Freddy, and 2, because Alice, she's hotter than Nancy, so yeah. I know a lot of Nancy fans might think Nancy's hotter, but actually Alice is. So yeah. Also, yeah, once they reveal more Freddy Kruegers, we gotta get Pinhead's buddies. We gotta get the Cenobites, man. You know, where's the Cenobites at? We have not seen the Cenobites at all. You know, I think McFarlane made them, or I think they made them, but they were like 8-inch or something. Also, another figure I think they should make is a Ultimate Candyman, because we have not seen, we've seen the 8-inch Candyman figure, but I don't buy their 8-inch figures. I want an Ultimate version of Candyman. That would just be awesome. Like, have him come with like the freaking bees in his jacket. I think they'd do pretty good if they made that. But we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, Comic-Con is a month away, but yeah. I mean, you're making all these other horror icons. I can't really read the thing from here because I'm like farsighted, so I can't read the comments. But I'll check them out after the video. But yeah, we really need a Candyman. Another figure we need by NECA, and like, well, actually 2 other figures we need by NECA that we haven't gotten in the horror line. And the first one is Leprechaun. Like some other toy companies making a Leprechaun figure, might be Mondo or something, but why can't NECA make a Leprechaun figure? We need a Leprechaun, especially if we're going to do like dream matches with the freaking NECA figures, like horror dream matches, like Chucky against the Leprechaun, Jason against Freddy, Pinhead against Michael Myers, all that stuff. So yeah, we should get him a Leprechaun. It shouldn't be that hard to get the freaking license of Leprechaun figures. I mean, honestly. And then, what else we need is a Pumpkinhead figure. We have not had Pumpkinhead. Now, like I said, another toy company made it, but they're freaking higher priced. And, you know, I'd rather get a NECA Pumpkinhead figure than pay a bunch of money for the other figure that's out there, because that one's probably like over $100. So, yeah, I want to see a freaking Pumpkinhead figure. Where is Pumpkinhead? Where is Candyman? And where is freaking the Leprechaun? Honestly. But that's it for their horror line. Next up, I want to see them come back to is Predator. And I'm going to pound the table and pound the table until we finally get it. I'm still waiting for them to make Danny Glover as Mike Harrigan in Predator 2, because, gee whiz, they've made the Predator 2 character, but they have not made Mike Harrigan. They made Dutch, but they haven't made Mike Harrigan. It shouldn't be that hard to get the likeness of freaking, shouldn't be that hard to get the likeness of Danny Glover, because he ain't done much lately anyway. Supposedly he's going to be in a Lethal Weapon 5, him and Mel Gibson, which would be weird, but we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. Also, can we get like Dylan in that from Predator? We need Dylan. We need maybe Keys from freaking from Predator 2 as well. I mean, come on now. Where is my Mike Harrigan? I've been pounding the table for this for years and years, and I'm gonna keep pounding the table. Even though I work for NECA technically, I'm gonna keep pounding the table until they give us a freaking Mike Harrigan for Predator 2, because I've been waiting forever. Ever since I bought the Predator 2 figure, I've been waiting forever. Also, I think more human characters, like human main characters from all the other movie lines they got. Like, we need a freaking Laurie Strode for the Halloween franchise. We need Sarah Connor from Terminator. I mean, they've released some, but, you know, they were limited editions and freaking exclusive and hard to find and were super expensive. But yeah, we need another freaking Linda Hamilton from freaking Terminator 2 as Sarah Connor. I think they should re-release John Connor as well. I'd also like to see freaking Sarah Connor from the first Terminator movie. And maybe, you know, Kyle Reese. Especially since I got that one Batman figure that's unmasked for Batman The Dark Knight. Where, you know, in Terminator Genocide, John Connor, played by Christian Bale, saw Kyle Reese. He's like, "There's Kyle Reese! There's Kyle Reese! It's Kyle Reese! Gotta get Kyle Reese! Kyle Reese! Kyle Reese!" Oh, excuse me. Hey, yeah, something I like to see, because we never got them re-released ever, I don't think. And I think it's long overdue for it, especially when they play the movie almost every freaking channel that's owned by AMC. Can we get a Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone from Demolition Man? I want freaking Simon Phoenix. I want a John Spartan. And you know what? I want some Demolition Man figures. We have not had Demolition Man figures since the movie originally came out years ago. No one's ever made it. And I just would love to see Demolition Man figures because it's been so long. Like I said, they first came out when the movie first came out. And I had Simon Phoenix and I had freaking John Spartan. But John Spartan was in this like white gray t-shirt that said SAPD. And Simon Phoenix was in something he wore in the movie, but John Spartan didn't wear that shirt in the movie. Looked like something for, I kind of used that figure for the cliffhanger figure too, the John Spartan I had. But I lost my freaking figures. I don't know where they went. So I was pretty sad that I lost them because I love the Demolition Man figures. And I wish they wouldn't have got rid of them. Alright. Also, I'd like to see some Jean-Claude Van Damme figures from some Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. Maybe like, I don't know, Bloodsport, Kickboxer, and a couple other movies that Van Damme's been in that I really like. Double Impact figures would be nice. But they probably won't make that. Anyway, why not? Let's get old man Frank in there. No. But, yeah, that's all the stuff I'd like to see from NECA. Stuff I expect is some kind of new license. Oh, one more thing before I move on. NECA, when are you going to do 2003 Ninja Turtles? Now, look, it all depends on how things go with Mattel, because Mattel not only owns the rights to DC figures again after this year, but they also own the rights to make a turtle figure. But you know what? I think Mattel won't have a problem with freaking NECA making turtle figures. So make some 2003 Ninja Turtle figures, NECA. Or Mattel makes a 2003 Ninja Turtles. I'll talk about 2003 Ninja Turtles with Mattel when I get to Mattel here in a minute. But yeah, make some 2003 Ninja Turtles. You milked the freaking 80s cartoon for so long. The 2012 figures look really good. I like the 2012 figures, as well. I just don't got the money to buy the 2012 figures, and I'd probably only buy like a limited amount of the 2012 figures. I did like the show, but the figures are high priced. So yeah. But yeah. Now I'm done with NECA. As long as they make a McKnight as well. We need to get McKnight if we're making McDonald's figures. McKnight, 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 McKnight. Anyway, alright, now that we're done with frickin' NECA, let's talk about Mattel and things I think we'll see from Mattel. I'm sure we'll see more He-Man movie stuff because the movie was pretty good. Problem is, the box office wasn't too well for it, but I think Mattel's going to give us some more He-Man movie stuff. So we'll be seeing a lot of that. Maybe they'll reveal their Ninja Turtles. Maybe they'll reveal their collector figures that they're making after they take over the license from McFarlane next year. Maybe they're going to frickin' show off some of their DC figures that are coming out early next year. We'll have to wait and see. But I got a little theory about that, and I'll get to that when I talk about the wrestling figure. But, what else with Mattel? I think that's it for anything else, He-Man, we're going to see a lot more of those figures from the movie. Maybe some more 2002 He-Man figures. I wouldn't mind seeing, like, more 2002 He-Man figures. I mean, those figures are pretty good. I've never seen any in the wild, but that'd be cool. Like the Snake Men and all that stuff. I like that cartoon. I wish it wouldn't have got canceled, but it got canceled. So what can you do? Anyway, let's talk about what y'all want me to talk about with Mattel, and that's the WWE figures. So what I think we're going to see with Mattel and their WWE figures, of course, we're going to see more... we're going to see all, like, the upcoming Monday Night War figures. We're going to probably see maybe the next couple of Coliseum Collection figures. Probably see the next sets of Elite figures. Next sets of Basics. and etc., 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 etc. I also think they're going to come out with a new line this year. I think they're going to come out with a new line. I think it's going to be, or you know what, they might do this with Coliseum Collection, but I think they need to come out with an homage to the Toy Biz WCW figures. And I think they will. I think they'll do that this year. So we'll have to wait and see, but who knows. It is. I've been talking about that for the past couple of years. It still hasn't come to fruition yet. Well, I'm still going to talk about it. So, yeah. Give us some freaking Toy Biz packaging WCW figures. That would be awesome. And like I said, they'll probably do that with Coliseum Collection because now they're moving from the LJN line to the Hasbro to the freaking Titantron Live figures. My problem, I still got an issue with the freaking Yokozuna having the old model of the Winged Eagle. I just don't like, because this newer version is way better than that old version. This newer version I got on this Bret the Hitman Hart figure. Way better than the freaking older version. The older version should be the mold for the WCW Championship 91 to 94. Not the Winged Eagle. Because the Winged Eagle was a small belt. There's a reason why I call it the 5 pounds of gold. Like they call the NWA, the old NWA Championship, the 10 pounds of gold. The Winged Eagle was the 10 pounds of gold, or the 5 pounds of gold, not 10 pounds. 5 pounds of gold. So yeah. I think they're going to reveal some new Rock figures. We're probably going to get like a couple more new Cena figures. We're going to get a lot from the Greatest Hits, from the Vault and all that stuff. They're going to reveal all that stuff. So that's fine and dandy. But, and like I said, they probably might do the frickin' Toy Biz package style with the Coliseum Collection figures now since they got them. I think we're also going to see new LJNs because, that was their big announcement last year, was they got the rights to make LJN figures. Well, WWE bought the rights to make the LJN figures, so I think we're going to get more of those. I like the new Mr. Perfect. I'm like, man, I got the Hulk Hogan one. I was going to get the Warrior. And if Macho Man comes back to the line, which I believe he probably will, because Kyle Peterson on his show has been talking about he thinks there's a conspiracy that Macho Man might have re-signed a Legend deal. Well, not Macho Man, but the state that owns Macho Man's rights might have re-signed a deal with Mattel. I hope that's true, and I hope that's a good conspiracy because I want to see the Macho Man. But yeah, I was just going to get Hogan, Warrior, and Macho Man for the freaking LJN figures. But, or if they made an Andre the Giant, I probably would have got Andre the Giant too. But, that Mr. Perfect with the Intercontinental title looks really good. I'm like, man, I really like that one. I might have to pick that one up. I don't know if it's an online exclusive or if it's going to be in stores, but man, it looks really good. I hope that goes to stores because that Mr. Perfect, I'd probably pick up. Put it right up there next to my LJN Hogan. And that Intercontinental belt really looks nice. Alright. What else? I think it's all for what I think they're going to show. Let's talk about what I want to see them freaking show off this year. I want to see, I doubt they're going to do it because of the excuse they made last year with the newly tooled Winged Eagle, but I want to see a newly tooled Big Eagle belt. I doubt they will because my freaking Stone Cold Ultimate doesn't fall. Give it a minute. This thing's standing. Yeah, if you notice, I got 4 Stone Cold figures here. 2's in promo gear, 2's in wrestling gear. That's the one I bought, the body, but I took the head from the Ultimate Edition, this Ultimate Edition, and put that head on him. And the knee brace, the extra knee brace I had. And then, yeah. But I hope we see a newly tooled Big Eagle. Now, I don't think they're going to completely retool it. They might change the logos on it. Like, maybe finally the blue strapped Big Eagle will get the block logo to it. Maybe the frickin' scratch logo will get white logos. Because the final version of that belt, you have white logos of the frickin' belt. There was it was a white WWF logo. And, like it is on my replica belt I have. It was a white logo, and that was the final version of the Big Eagle Attitude Era belt, whatever you want to call it. You know, that was the final version of it. Also, I seen the new Ultimate Edition that's coming out with the Smoky Skull belt and the white shirt, and man, I think this Smoky Skull belt here that came with that Mankind from SummerSlam wave looks way better than the old version of the freaking Smoky Skull. But yeah, I think we'll finally get the blue strapped Big Eagle with the block logo. I think they're finally going to paint the scratch logo white with these new belts. Kind of like what they did with the Intercontinental title, how they switched, like, now they're doing a bunch of red logo Intercontinental titles. They didn't totally retool it, they just switched the freaking logo to have red ones. Like, they got one coming with the Warrior coming out, they got one with the freaking, in that honky tonk, in that Intercontinental Championship pack that's coming out, and they made it with the Superstars Ultimate Warrior figure. And, what else did they? I don't know. But yeah, they've had that red logo Intercontinental title, and they've really been taking advantage of that since they've gotten it. Alright. Now, let's talk about the newly tooled Winged Eagle, because, like I said, I don't like that freaking Yokozuna one. That one looks lame. That should be used for the WCW 91 and 94 championship. But anyway, I hope we get more versions of, I hope we get more figures with the freaking newly tooled version of the Winged Eagle. Like, we need a white strapped Winged Eagle. We need a freaking blue strapped Winged Eagle. I know it never showed up on TV, but we need a yellow strapped Winged Eagle. We need the freaking white strap, or the blue strapped Winged Eagle as well. I think I said blue. The purple one. We need a purple, white, yellow, and blue. We need those freaking belts out ASAP. So hopefully they reveal some more figures with the newly tooled Winged Eagle. Because, man, if they go back to that old model, it's just going to be stupid and lazy. They did that with the freaking Undisputed Championship from 2002 to freaking 2005, where they made the normal size one, and then after that they just kept making the gigantic one. That only, I think, Rock held, and then Brock Lesnar held it like the first night after he won the belt from Rock at SummerSlam in 2002. And then it went back to the normal size. But they kept making the freaking giant size one, which was very annoying. That's why I was glad when that freaking Eddie Guerrero came out with it. And, you know, I think I bought another one with, yeah, I bought another one with another figure that came out. I can't remember, but yeah. So yeah, we need newly tooled Big Eagles. We need the other collar straps of the freaking newly tooled Wing Eagle belts. And, you know, you can put out a couple Warriors. You can put out the freaking No Holds Barred Hulk Hogan figure. Well, he was ripping that movie. Put out the No Holds Barred Hulk Hogan figure with the freaking white strap belt. Yeah. And, a couple other things, too. I'm hoping because, like, there's been lists for the next couple of freaking, Monday Night War lines, and one of them is, Hollywood Hogan, I'm guessing. And I'm hoping it's the Wolfpack Elite Hogan with the newly tooled Big Gold with the NWO Wolfpack logo on it. So hopefully we get that as well. Now today I think they showed off the new Goldberg Ultimate Edition Monday Night War. It definitely looks way better than that one. It's like a big upgrade over this one. I've had this one ever since it pretty much came out. Definitely an upgrade over this figure, and once I get a hold of that one, probably gonna sell this one and keep the new one. It looks really nice. But when they showed it off a few weeks ago, he didn't have the hair on the chest. And I didn't pay attention to see if he had the hair on the chest in the images. I think he did, so I'm gonna be excited for that one. Now, I'll probably take the belts of freaking. I'll probably keep the US title and then take the big gold. Because I already got a big gold belt with the freaking silver background on it. And that's on my Ric Flair right here. Ultimate Edition Ric Flair. And this one's the one with the all gold backing behind it, the die-cast one. So, yeah. So, hopefully, we will see newly tooled belts. I'd like to see new characters. I'd like to see Chronic. I'd like to see a new DDP. One reason why I got this DDP here is because I want to see DDP in his late 98 gear and, 99 gear. Instead of keep giving us the frickin' these pants and the pink or blue tip strip around them. That's been getting annoying, super annoying. Also, we need to get 00 and 01 Booker T. We have not gotten 00 to 01 Booker T yet. Diamond Dallas Page with his late 98 to 99 gear, and Booker T from 2000 to 2001 gear. We haven't got it yet. And with Stone Cold Steve Austin, I'd like to see the Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt, the orange freaking lettering that says Austin and then the orange skull on the back. Right now I've had to use this plain Jane one because, that's the newest shirt for it. Also, can we get some more shirts for this Stone Cold? Like, we need all kinds of shirts for the Stone Cold promo gear. I'd like to see them re-release the freaking Austin in the red letters and his face on the back from that match with him and Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13, because that was an awesome shirt. Wish I would have got a hold of it. Maybe they'll make the muscle shirt version of it, because I know it came out with that Defining Moments not too long ago. But they need to make that one in the muscle shirt style too, because they freaking made it. He made it a muscle shirt too when he used it. So yeah. Where am I at on time? I can't even see. I think it's like 20 minutes or so. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to McFarlane Toys. I'll talk more about WWE figures when the frickin' after Comic-Con. So, let's move on to McFarlane Toys. And McFarlane, what I like to see is because there's been rumors that there's going to be a Bane and a new Poison Ivy from the Batman and Robin movie. So, I think that'd be nice if they revealed, especially with the fact we just got news that there's going to be a new Batman animated series. Batman Cape Crusader Season 2 is going to premiere later this month. This is going to be a good month for me, because not only do I get to see X-Men 97 Season 2 this Wednesday, I'm going to be getting to see Batman Cape Crusader Season 2. And Season 2 of Batman Cape Crusader looks way better than Season 1. Season 1 was not that very interesting. Even at the end when they brung in Two-Face and all that, it was not that interesting. But Season 2 looks like it's going to be way better. And they're also going to have Poison Ivy and freaking everybody. Like, they're going to have a Joker and everything. Not only that, they also announced a trilogy of Batman animated movies. And it looks like Bane's going to be the main villain of them. I think it's called Batman Nightfall. It's going to be a trilogy. And Bane, I think he's going to be the main villain in the first one, but maybe he'll be the main villain in the other ones. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm getting off track. So, yeah. I want to see the Bane from Batman and Robin. I think if they put him in Poison Ivy and Two-Pack, I think that would make sense, because, I think the original figures had Poison Ivy and Bane in a 2-pack. Because, Also, I want to see Batman in the normal suit from Batman Forever. I might pick that one up when that comes out. So, we'll see. But, yeah. There's now... McFarlane got much time left with this DC license, and I'm going to have to throw this over there. So, yeah, McFarlane ain't got much time left with the DC license, so hopefully he gives us these figures. Now, let's talk about what I think could be his bread and butter after he loses DC next year. If he treats them better and freaking gives us a better quality, a better freaking variety with these figures, and that is... give us better Mortal Kombat figures. Give us Mortal Kombat figures that come with blast effects. Give us Mortal Kombat figures that come with, like, fatality pieces or whatever, instead of shooting them in a 2-pack all the frickin' time, because that's just getting ridiculous. And, it's just really irritating that they just give you the bare minimum, and they charge you $30 for these figures? Like, dude. The only reason why I bought them is because I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan, and the only two I got is frickin' Reptile and Ermac. My son's only got Johnny Cage and frickin' Raiden. He wants Sub-Zero. I want Scorpion, because Scorpion comes with a spear and everything. But, I mean, You know, it's just like, come on, give us better variety with these freaking Mortal Kombat figures. Quit stuffing all the accessories in the 2-pack. Give them the single pack. Give them their accessories. You know, we need freaking the Force Ball for freaking Ermac. We need freaking Reptile's Force Ball. We need the freaking unmasked head where he's spitting the acid at people and all that stuff. Liu Kang needs to have his fire shooting abilities and all that stuff. And McFarlane cheaping on it really ticks me off when they do that, because he could really do something. And I think it was like several years ago when he was talking about when he first got the Mortal Kombat license, he said, oh, he gets to make anything for Mortal Kombat. And I said, well, I hope he makes the Mortal Kombat figures from the old Mortal Kombat games, which he has. He started doing that last year. But he's giving us maximum price for the bare minimum figure, and that's annoying. That's why so many people have been bashing it. I like the figures, but I want more. I want the freaking spears with Scorpion. I want the freaking ice ball with Sub-Zero. Now, maybe he'll fix that when he reveals the freaking Baraka, the Kung Lao, the Shang Tsung, and the Jax. Hopefully those will be better. And they'll have better accessories and all that stuff, like their effect pieces and all that. And I've heard so many people say weapons, 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 weapons. Like, look, they didn't give weapons till Mortal Kombat 4. These are Mortal Kombat 2 figures. You got to give them the blast pieces, though, because that's what people want. They want the freaking blast effects and all that, not freaking getting screwed over by freaking McFarlane charging them $30 for figures that don't come with many accessories. You know, just a set of extra hands, which is just ridiculous. So, yeah, let's get us some better. Let's do better with the Mortal Kombat figures. Because if he does good with the Mortal Kombat figures, I think he's got a gold mine with those. But he's got to do better with them. So, we'll see. Alright. Also, let's talk about Todd's bread and butter, Spawn. Can we get some Spawn movie figures? Spawn animated series figures? Can we get the original Spawn figure from when the comic first started, and when the cartoon first started, and when the movie was going on? Can we get Spawn figures from those eras? Because the current Spawn figures I don't like, especially when they got that big thing on his foot. It's like, I like the one where he didn't have the big thing on his foot. Like, he had everything else, but he didn't have the big thing on his foot. So, can we get, you know, Spawn movie figures, Spawn figures from the animated series and all that stuff? Because that's what we want to see. We want to see classic Spawn from the 90s, not freaking current day Spawn. For Christ's sake. Come on, McFarlane. You own the rights to Spawn. Give us the movie figures. Give us the freaking 90s cartoon figure. Give us the classic look of Spawn. Not this freaking current look. I like the old look of Spawn better. So we'll see. But now we'll find out what's going on with McFarlane. But that's all I want to talk about with McFarlane. Let's move on to Hasbro. I'm going to start with Marvel first. I was going to put my freaking Kingpin and Spider-Man figures here. But I'm like, yeah, too much. I didn't have much time, so yeah. Anyway, what I want to see from freaking Hasbro, as far as other Marvel figures is just X-Men stuff. I don't give a crap. Give us X-Men animated stuff. Give us old X-Men movie stuff. You know, which I think they did when they first got the license. Give us some old X-Men movie stuff. Give us some new old X-Men cartoon stuff, like stuff from the original animated series. Give us stuff. Now, they've done that the past few years. But yeah, I want, you know, more. I want more of that. I wouldn't mind seeing a freaking X-Men Evolution wave. You know, because X-Men Evolution was a pretty good cartoon. Not as good as the 90s cartoon. Now, some people who voted on my poll a while back, they voted freaking more for X-Men Evolution over X-Men the Animated Series. I'm like, well, no. X-Men the Animated Series was better than X-Men Evolution. X-Men Evolution was good. I almost quit watching it until they started that freaking Apocalypse storyline. Once they started that, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to watch it every single week. But, you know, but X-Men, yeah. It was X-Men Evolution figures. I'm sure a lot of people that like that cartoon better than the 90s cartoon, who's crazy, but anyway. Yeah. I'd like to see some Wolverine and the X-Men figures, and I hope when they finish with X-Men 97, they go and make Wolverine and the X, or they could just merge Wolverine and the X-Men with X-Men '97. I mean, yeah, that would make sense, but we'll see. Anyway, also I think Magneto, man. Can we get Magneto at his right height? This one's kind of short, but you know what? I watch him fall. Oh, no, he didn't fall. Unlike my Sinister figure. But yeah, can we get Magneto at his right height? Yeah. So, yeah. I'd also like to see them re-release that freaking retro card back Apocalypse from the animated series, because that's hard to find now and it's super expensive. And I knew Magneto would fall, so he's gone. So yeah, that's hard to find now. It's super expensive. I want to see, that figure be put back out, or hope that Comic to Games gets the figure back eventually. Maybe they will, since X-Men '97 starts this freaking Wednesday. Maybe Comic to Games will get back the freaking retro card back Apocalypse. Maybe they already got it back. I don't know. I have to go look. Anyway, I also like to see some more Spider-Man animated series stuff. Like, I'd like to see them re-release the Spider-Man in his normal suit from the animated series. I'd like to see them re-release Venom. I make a Comics Con exclusive or make it super expensive. I'd like to see them bring back freaking Carnage. I also think they should re-release that Kingpin, but giving more of the collars he had in the cartoon. I mean, I like the Kingpin figure I got right now. I'm cool with that one. But can we get the Kingpin with the freaking collars that he had in the cartoon? Because that would be great. But probably that's hoping for a lot. Unless they decide to revive X-Men, or unless they decide to revive Spider-Man the animated series, like they did with X-Men. But who knows? Sony still owns the rights to all the other Spider-Man stuff, so we'll have to wait and see. Anyway. What else would I like to see? I'm sick of seeing the Avengers crap. I'm sick of seeing Black Panther figures. I'm sick of seeing freaking, Iron Man figures. Unless they make Iron Man figures from the old Iron Man cartoon, then I'll be happy with that, because I like the old Iron Man cartoon. I'm sick of seeing freaking, Captain America and Thor and freaking all that. We don't get many Hulk figures now. They are making the new Incredible Hulk line, which is cool. But I hear that's super pricey, so yeah. What else? Look at that for the Marvel stuff. I'm just sick of seeing all these other characters like Black Widow and all that crap. Like, ugh, boy. I didn't even care that much for the Avengers movie. I did like Endgame. I did like the freaking Endgame one. I thought Age of Ultron was a little bit better than everybody else did. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just done with Avengers. I just want X-Men and Spider-Man and Incredible Hulk. Maybe Fantastic Four cartoon figures from the '90s cartoons as well. But, maybe they should revive that cartoon. Probably won't. Anyway, let's get the frickin' G.I. Joe, and then I'll talk about a couple other toy things and some miscellaneous stuff I didn't mention and some of the other stuff. But yeah. So for G.I. Joe Classified, Yojo June, first of all, Yojo June this year sucked. It sucked the past couple years. But, it seems like they don't put much effort into the Yojo June. They did a little bit more this year, like they gave us like a bunch of videos about a bunch of new figures and all that stuff. That was cool and all. But it was stuff I didn't want. They didn't give us nothing about Galabulus. They didn't mention a retro card back of Serpentor. Since the dummies freaking made him a freaking Comic-Con exclusive and made a limited edition of him. But we did get a freaking re-release of Dr. Mindbender. I mean, you can't have Dr. Mindbender without Serpentor. I'm not buying Dr. Mindbender until I get Serpentor. I would like to see some more new cartoons, some more cartoon stuff. Like, let's get a truly accurate, good Flint from the cartoon. Maybe a true. Yeah, the Duke. The Duke I got now, he looks a little more like Duke from the cartoon, but he don't totally look like the Duke from the cartoon. Like, I think Super 7 did pretty well with the Duke from the cartoon. But Super 7 is freaking super expensive. And their 2003 Ninja Turtles suck. Anyway. They should cancel the. They should freaking have Super 7 cancel their 2003 Ninja Turtles line. Because their line sucks. I know a lot of people enjoyed their freaking Turtles 80s cartoon figures because they were like the old Playmate figures. But, I mean, come on, man. Yeah. I don't think there was nothing wrong with the old Playmate Turtle figures. I prefer those over the Super 7 one. I'm like, well, if they're just going to make them like Super 7 one, why not just keep the old ones? You know, I have some of the old ones. Well, my son does. I bought for him when he was younger. But, yeah. But for G.I. Joe, yes, I like to see a re-release of Serpentor. I like to see Globulus re-release of figures that we want. And quit giving us stuff like Rugged Duke or frickin' all this other crap. Or, well, we're going with the original 13 for the G.I. Joe figures. Nobody cares about the original 13 except for frickin' super hardcore nerdy people that like the first season of it. I'm more of a fan of season 2. I think season 1 of G.I. Joe was good, but there's a reason why that got canceled. But yeah. Give us that frickin' drug dealer from the frickin' 80s and 90s cartoon that came out after Real American Hero. Give us that guy. He's a more interesting villain than some of the other villains they've made. What else? Yeah. I just want to re-release Serpentor. I also gotta get a Snake Eyes, but I'll get a Snake Eyes eventually. Just Snake Eyes is hard to find and he's expensive. I was lucky I got a hold of Storm Shadow. Anyway, I don't know. But, yeah. Re-release of Serpentor. Give us Globulus. Hopefully we'll see Globulus at frickin' Comic-Con this year. Pretty sure they'll make it a limited edition Comic-Con exclusive. Like they did with the Serpentor. Because they're frickin' dumb at the G.I. Joe frickin' team. For Hasbro. Irritates me. Jada Toys, you know what? Yeah. Talk about Jada Toys, then I'll talk about Playmates, and then I'll what else were we gonna talk about? There's one other one I was gonna talk about. Yeah. I'm also gonna talk about the AEW line too. We did get news about the final AEW figures that are coming out by Jazzwares, because these are probably gonna be the final ones. Especially if it's true that they did lose or they are giving up the license, but who knows? Seems like they are. But anyway, that's what I want from Jada. Let's go to Jada Toys real quick. And for Jada Toys, you know what? I would like to see them, since they're doing so good with the Street Fighter movie figures. Why don't they make or since they're doing so good with the regular Street Fighter game figure, why don't they make Street Fighter movie figures? That'd be awesome to have. Street Fighter movie figures. I think it'd be cool. Let's see. That's all I really want to talk about with Jada. It's just Street Fighter stuff, you know. Make some movies, toys. Maybe make some anime figures. I don't know. Maybe make figures from the cartoon that got 2 seasons. When Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm didn't get 2 seasons, they only got 1 season. But it is what it is. Anyway, you know, I talked about why, you know, if they try to do a show again for Mortal Kombat, that it should be an anime. Yeah. Alright. Playmates. When is Playmates Toys going to reveal their I've been waiting for a while for the freaking collector Power Ranger figures. They've made the kid toys. I've seen the kid toys on the shelves and all that stuff. Are they going to make the freaking collector figures? And how many lines are they going to make? Are they going to use the freaking old style of the figures? Because I think something, I think it was like Andre the on Black Nerd Comedy. He freaking showed off the Power Rangers, the way Playmates made them, the way that they used to be made by Bandai before they made them smaller and all that stuff. So we'll see. I like to see collector figures of Power Rangers. Maybe if they're good collector figures or not. And they're better than the Hasbro ones. Maybe I'll get rid of my Hasbro ones and get the freaking Playmates ones, but I don't know. I don't have faith in Playmates. Yeah, look at the turtle figures when they came out with the turtle figures years ago. Yeah, they were fun to play with and all that, and they were good for the time. But they don't hold a torch to the frickin' toys of today. So yeah, let's see the collector figures, playmates. We want to see collector figures. Anyway. Alright, I'll talk about a few miscellaneous things I didn't talk about. Like, yeah, I was going to talk about how we need to get a Triple H for WWE figures. We need to get Triple H with the frickin' we need to get a re-release of that frickin' Defining Moments Triple H with the normal size version of the Undisputed Belt from 02 to 05. We also need to get Triple H with the clean shaven beard with the red logo. It's kind of similar to this, but it's not, but it's like a cross and all that stuff. We need to get Triple H like that. We have not gotten that Triple H yet. They put out a bunch of Ruthless Aggression Triple H, but they haven't put out the one after, you know, when he got the World Heavyweight title handed to him, and then when he freaking changed his gear after he started changing his trunk collars. So, yeah, we need to get some more Triple H's like that. Also, I think we should release a few other figures. Like, I don't know. Hopefully we're going to see a Kurt Angle from 2001. Hopefully we're going to see a Rock from 2001. And hopefully we see a few other figures, but I don't know. There's a lot of 01 figures we need to see. But, I don't know, I forgot my theory. And then I'll talk about the Jaguar stuff, and then I'll end this video. You know what? I think the reason, too, why Mattel got the rights back to the DC character figures is because of Scott Steiner. They're going to give us a 98 Scott Steiner with the red Superman logos. They're going to give us a 2003 Scott Steiner with the black tights and the red Superman logos. So we're going to get a Scott Steiner. We're going to get a new Scott Steiner. It's going to have the red Superman logos and these trunks. New Superman logos. I wouldn't mind them making a purple version of this Scott Steiner as well. But if they do, at least put the frickin' S's on the side of the trunks this time. I had to have my wife custom put the S's on the side of his trunks. And yeah, the 69s. Now it was a 0. Or no, it was an S. They had the S right here where the 69 part was supposed to be. And they didn't have them on the sides. So hopefully they make it. Hopefully it's not as loose. And if they make it Ultimate Edition, hopefully it's not as loosey-goosey as this one. I like this figure, but he's very loosey-goosey. Yeah, anyway. Alright, let's talk about AEW Jazzwares because, you know, they did give us some news. They revealed they're going to release 2 new Stings. I think they're going to release that Darby Allin with the flamethrower. Then I think, yeah, and then they revealed a new Will Ospreay, and those will probably be the last AEW Jazzware figures we get. Now, you know, I said I don't think we'll get news about AEW, the next people that's going to make the AEW figures at Comic-Con. But I don't know. Kyle Peterson's been kind of teasing something too on his show about news about AEW figures, so maybe. And one of the things he said a lot of people's going to be surprised at who might be making them. So I'm like, I'm guessing, well, he was looking over because he says he got Todd McFarlane on his couch. That's a little bit with Todd McFarlane on his couch. I don't know if he's talking about Todd McFarlane or if he's talking about Hasbro. Because I think Hasbro will freaking be more than willing to make AEW figures since, you know, Mattel is going to be making DC, who is the biggest competitor to the biggest line that freaking Hasbro has, which is, well, outside the G.I. Joe line, which is the biggest competitor to the biggest license that Hasbro has, which is Marvel. So maybe it'll be Hasbro. I don't know. Maybe Tony Khan bought all the molds from Jazzwares. Maybe he went and bought Toy Biz, and he's going to hire somebody to run Toy Biz, and Toy Biz is going to make AEW figures using the molds that they already had from Jazzwares. I don't know. Maybe it'll be Jax again. Who knows? I really don't want to see Jax. Jax has done did WWE, and they've done did freaking TNA, and I got caught up and enjoyed those lines. But then, you know, the WWE line got canceled by Jax in 2010 because Mattel got the rights to it, and they've had the rights since. And then the TNA line, they canceled after, like, what, 12 series? So, I don't know. We'll have to see. It's just crazy. We'll have to wait and see. I think we're gonna get an Avengers Doomsday trailer at Comic-Con this year. We're gonna get that big reveal trailer for Avengers Doomsday, which is possibly gonna be the biggest movie from Marvel this year. But we'll have to see. Anyway, yeah. So that's all my predictions for San Diego Comic-Con. That's all the things I think they're going to show off. I didn't say it for frickin' Jazzwords and that. McFarlane, I did kind of, I don't know. I didn't say it for McFarlane, but WWE figures and all that, I, said it for them. But, yeah. That's all that's all. Next week, final Mortal Kombat. I know my Mortal Kombat month will be over because it's over Wednesday. But I'll do one more Mortal Kombat playthrough since we didn't do a final Mortal Kombat playthrough for Mortal Kombat month, so we'll do one more. Then after that, we're going to go into GTA games. And I'll talk about all the GTA news that's come out this past week. When I frickin' go back to doing playthroughs of the GTA games. So, yeah. Done knocked out Vice City again. I did San Andreas. I did Vice City Stories again, so I don't know. Probably 4. Do some GTA 5 online stuff. I don't know if I'll do that first or if I'll do the other. Also, I'll also talk about some things. I'll probably do a playthrough. Yeah. Also gonna do a Return of the Gassed Up Killer playthrough on GTA 1 as well. Because the Gassed Up Killer has to come back. Anyway. That'll do it. I don't know how long this video is. I'm about to find out. A lot of people came in. I'm going to read the comments before I end this. So let's see. Oh, thank you. Some of these are, from my son's collection too. Like the John Cena with the spinner, the DDP, and the freaking Booker T are all my, and the Macho Man. That's my son's. The other ones are my collection. Me too. I guess that's something I was talking about. Picture. I don't know. Picture FKN. I don't know what that means. Guessing this for fucking. I don't know. Any other comment? No, really no other comment. So only 3 comments, but good. That's good interaction. I don't know if this guy's being a douchebag or what, but oh well. That'll do it. I'll see you guys next week. I'm going to be doing a recap of the X-Men show from the original animated series all the way up till X-Men 97 Season 1. And then Wednesday, I'm going to review the first 3 episodes of X-Men 97 because they're putting out the first 3 Wednesday. So the last 6 will come out weekly after that. Like 4 will come out after that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What else? Yeah. Fix my curtain. I'll fix my curtain later. Fix your fucking curtain. Hey. Don't tell me what to do with my own curtain. But that guy's gone anyway. Hey, that guy was being a douchebag. Anyway. So yeah. I also have more build to Bash at the Figure Beach Tuesday. And I'll reveal when I'm doing the show. But I'll do it. See you guys later, and let me know what you guys would like to see these toy companies making all that stuff too. Put them down in the comments, all that. But catch you guys later. Peace out.